Hey everybody, welcome back. I have to apologize. I do not remember where this restaurant is. I mean, it's in Siem Reap, but I cannot for the life of me remember how to get there or what the name of it is. But I do remember that the food was awesome, and it's such a letdown that I can't remember where it is. Sorry. We woke up so early for Angkor Wat. I think it was probably 4 o'clock in the morning, and after having dinner late the night before, I was just not ready. The big thing to do at Angkor Wat is to go early, catch the sunrise, and get your Instagram pic. And we unfortunately had lots of clouds, so we didn't really get to see much of a sunrise. And we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tourists in the way, to the point where I actually felt like I was just kind of there to capture a picture of people taking a picture of the sunrise. Eventually, as the novelty of sunrise wore off and people started to disperse, I did get a couple nice shots of the sun coming up, but it was later in the morning, and so I didn't get that, right on the horizon shot that I was really kind of hoping to get. But with the number of people there, it was amazing I got anything. After a while, I honestly started taking pictures of other random people because I couldn't see anything else except for people getting their picture taken, like this lady who was very nice and let me take her picture. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but before I was here, I didn't know anything about Angkor Wat. My knowledge began and ended with playing Sid Meier's Civilization 5, and it was really cool to see it in person and kind of put a face to the name, if you will. Like most days on this trip, we did, of course, get some rain because it is rainy season after all, but the rain was actually pretty welcome because it was so humid and oppressive with the heat that it actually just kind of felt nice. One advantage I had over a lot of tourists is that I was carrying a camera with a very large lens on it, which kind of made all the people that are trying to sell you photos that they took of Angkor Wat kind of just leave me alone because I figured I'd probably just take my own picture anyway. But it seemed to me if you didn't have a big camera on you, you were going to get harassed by these guys. I think this is probably the oldest graffiti I've ever seen. Top Rome Temple is really cool to see, but it is probably most well known nowadays for being used for the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie, and everybody really wanted to point that out to me, that it was in Tomb Raider, and I just had to say I've never seen it before and don't really care one way or another. But they were really proud of the fact that it had been used in a movie, and the site is really cool to see, but it's just kind of touristy, just a lot of people wandering around looking at old rocks and trees. I hate to minimize it that way, but that's kind of the way it ended up.
That's why you see on the wall. They have many holes on the wall. That's for the jewelry, gold, diamond, gemstone in the hole for the king mother.
After spending a whole day at Angkor Wat, we were all pretty worn out. I went back to my hotel room rather, and took a nap, and I think a lot of other people did, but we all managed to wake up and find our way down to Pub Street in the evening. Seriously, this is the situation right now. Apparently, the Aussies have decided to lines dance to an Australian song that I've never heard of. But, well, here you go. It's kind of like Americans line dancing, but they have a funny accent when they do it. The next morning we woke up and we head back to Angkor Wat to Bayon Temple, and this place is probably most notably known for the monkeys just running amok everywhere you go. You kind of got to watch yourself because they get into a lot of trouble, but they're really fun to watch. At one point, one of these monkeys here decided to jump on the back of one of our companions from Germany and got into his backpack and stole his water bottle. They have learned how to open the lid on a water bottle, so if they think you have a water bottle on you or a soda or a juice or something, they will get to it. On another excursion out of town, we hit Tonle Sap Lake, which is the largest freshwater lake in all of Southeast Asia.
So can say like 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks all underwater. This market I mentioned the underwater. Next month gonna be sometime maybe 1 week. Or after 2 weeks it's underwater, about half meter the water in. That's what the river in. Very dusty and very bad for the environment for the people living around here. Both sides because very dusty. And in rainy season, very slippery. So that's very bad for that's JV school here. So we start our school at 3 p.m. So people come here at 3 p.m. So I have a teacher teach for me.
Checking out the floating town and all the things that go around on this lake felt so authentic that to me I kind of half wondered if all these people were just trying to go about their daily lives and going, why are all these Westerners coming here and taking our picture? Honestly, go away. We're just trying to live our lives. Went down a river channel that has led us into the largest lake in Southeast Asia, and we're gonna go try and find a floating market here in a little while. The view is kind of like looking out over a really calm Lake Superior. Except over here, of course, you have people drive their boats up and try and sell you beer and chips and stuff. And look at those comfy chairs. With as tall as they make these buildings, I really kind of want to see what it is like when the lake is at its height, because they are really tall, and I have to assume there's times when the water gets almost to their floor of their first living level. I was surprised though, they had all the amenities here. They had temples, they had churches, they had hospitals, they had schools, everything you could probably need, except for maybe like a 7-Eleven or a Circle K. favorite things to do in Cambodia was go to the Far Circus here. And this thing is one of those things that at first you think, well, maybe they'll just be kind of cheesy and I won't really like it. But these people have toured this stuff all around the world. They've been on a lot of American late night shows, and it is amazing. It's a lot of gymnastics, a lot of storytelling, and despite being in a different language, you really understand what's going on. The thing I didn't understand, however, is how this guy did this. All of the music, the choreography, and the storytelling of this whole event was all done in house by the musicians that are playing. All the sound effects are done with their mouths or with found objects or instruments. And on top of all that, they're all standing on rice the whole time. Like, it's getting embedded in their feet and their socks. And I don't know how they just don't fall on their face all the time. As always, thanks for watching. This here wraps up the last of my Southeast Asia series, and there will be more series in the future. But until that time, go down and check out that G Adventures link, and don't forget to check out some of my other links of just me and my real life, not just when I'm traveling.